Can you see the slides?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Again, thanks everyone for joining us for our 5th town hall in the middle of the holidays. Hope everyone is to a good start of this vacation and festivities, and start the new year with the right foot. So we're going to use this meeting the first few minutes as always to recap a little bit what's Babylon. I'll be quick because I assume most of you are already at least familiar. Basically, Babylon is a protocol that lets people invest together. And the goal of it is to generate wealth as a group so people can invest with friends, help them generate wealth, and share that wealth with others, and create these positive effects where the people that generate the wealth also receive more wealth by helping others. So it's like a really positive feedback loop. And the way we do that is through gardens. And gardens are these investment communities or investment clubs, or you can also see it as a hedge fund or as a mutual fund or as your Vanguard fund, where each one of these groups has a different investment thesis. They invest in different assets and they discuss together where should the capital be allocated to generate returns for all the members of that community. And all these gardens are connected by the protocol and by the Babel token, that is the governance token of the protocol as a whole. A little bit of the mechanics quickly. As I said, within these investment clubs, and every member can suggest a DeFi strategy. That is basically a way to generate capital, like buying this token or lending this asset, and so on. And then other members can say this is a good idea or no, this is not a good idea, and the approved strategies will receive capital from the group. One of the main things we hear from people is like, why would I share alpha? If I have the alpha, if I invest on my own, all the returns are for me. Well, if I use Babylon, I only keep a small part of the returns. The main thing to understand is like, yes, you get the whole thing if you invest on your own, but assuming you are not a billionaire, your capital is limited. So getting 100% of $50,000 is a lot less than getting 10% of $10 million. So that's the beauty of Babylon, that you can help others generate wealth, and by helping others generate wealth, you can make more money than if you invested on your own. Even if you have a lot of knowledge, you probably are constrained on capital. So this also helps people that are starting, that have really good ideas, but they lack the funds to operate at the scale in DeFi. Our main goal with Babylon, that we don't want to lose track of, our North Star is to generate wealth for people. We believe crypto in the next decade or next 2 decades tops is gonna be a 100 trillion asset class, and right now it's only at 2 trillion. So we expect that there can be anywhere from 10x to 50x increase in the whole asset class. And we want to ride this wave to help generate wealth for everyone. And our goal is to give $1 billion in wealth to people across the world. And what have we done so far? Just a quick recap. In February, end of February and beginning of March, we closed our seed round and we started working on the product. In June, we had first rough alpha that we started to play with. And then by the end of Q2, beginning of Q3, we started our beta for what we call our first user settlers. And then we started the mining rewards in Bubble by the end of this quarter. And then finally, this last quarter, we did the Profits event, and we also provided initial liquidity for Bubble and bootstrap the price discovery. And right now, in terms of TVL, we have already reached the $20 million in TVL locked in the protocol. This is even with the down market that we have had for the last few weeks. And in Babylon right now, we have more than 50 gardens. Most of them are public, around 85% of them. And you can find some that are lower risk, like for example, the stable garden or the fountain of ETH that use low risk within crypto strategies to generate a predictable return, whether it's an ETH or in DAI. And then you have another higher risk gardens, like for example, Arca's Garden or the Red Pill, that they make bets on the market, like this token is gonna do well, this token is not gonna do well, and then use leverage, use complicated strategies that mix and match several protocols to achieve a higher return. But that comes with a higher risk. Now, last month, we completed our Profits event. That, if you remember, our Profits are this collection of initially 8,000 NFTs that give every holder utility within the protocol. And at the end of the event, we minted 2,592 profits total. And the breakdown of this is like almost 2,500 common profits were minted. And then we had the auction for the great profits, where 95 out of the 1,000 were sold. So all of the rest of the common profits were burned. They don't exist anymore. And the great profits, there are 905 that will be auctioned at a later date. So in total, the circulating supply of profits is almost 2,600 now, but there is almost 900 more that will be slowly rolled out through different auctions next year. So our goal for the event was like multifold. We had like several different sub-goals, like expanding the treasury, bootstrapping Bubble and getting the initial price so we could start liquidity on Uniswap, then reward our settlers or beta users, and finally grow the Babylon community and make a bit of noise. And quickly recapping the results, we raised 640 Ether that they went all through the treasury. So now that's all for Babylon and for the community and for you to decide what to do with them. And we have 3.1 million in Ether in the protocol. Then as a price discovery, because of the amount of profits we were minted and were sold in the auction, in the end, we end up to a price around $140 per bubble. And this was used to bootstrap the liquidity in Uniswap. And it has been already like, I believe, exactly 2 weeks since we bootstrap liquidity, and is trading right now at a similar price. And the important thing about the price, short term doesn't matter. I mean, in the long term, the price should follow the adoption of our protocol. It should depend on how much TVL is locked in the protocol and how many successful gardens are in there. And of course, the wealth that the protocol is generating for people. And the higher the price of Bubble, the more enticing the mining rewards become. So this will attract more users. And the more users that come to Babylon, the more capital that the gardens have to play with, and bigger strategies that will generate more profits. And then the more profits that there are, the more that the protocol gets back in form of performance fees. And then again, the community can decide what to do with that treasury to create new initiatives to generate more capital for strategies and attract more users to Babylon. So another goal that we had with the Profits event was expanding the community. And within the 5 weeks after we announced the Profits event, we increased 50% the TVL, basically from 8 million to 16 million at the time. Then increase in Discord 60% our audience. So we went from something like 7,000 or 8,000 Discord members to more than 14,000, and the same in Twitter. So it was really successful event from this point of view. And of course, we also gave the chance to our early beta users and settlers to mint one of these profits for free. And now at this point, a little peek into what's coming in the next quarter. And then our main focus is to do a public launch and come out of beta. And for that, we need to improve and polish a lot of things in the product. Basically, one of the biggest pain points is for strategies. There are a lot of few bugs here and there that are preventing strategies to create more strategies and then also have a successful experience. So on one side, we're going to polish this experience, fix a lot of the bugs, make it a lot more stable, and then give strategies more tools to generate alpha. And this comes in the form of more integrations. Protocols like Pickle, Alchemix are in the pipeline for our next set of integrations. If you have any favorites, please go to our Canny dashboard where you can vote on the next integrations we add to the platform. Then we also want to provide a mobile experience, so a lot of users can deposit into gardens from their cell phone. And then a lot of we're going to spend a lot of time in resources to improve the onboarding of strategies and LPs to Babylon. And this comes from better education, more videos, more AMAs, partnership with other protocols. And finally, we have done a lot of work on this, but we'll still have a lot more work to do in terms of reducing the gas fees for everyone. And one of the main points that we explore here is layer 2, probably something like Polygon, Optimism, or Arbitrum. And finally here, now that the protocol has funds, this open a lot of design space for the community and for all of you to suggest initiatives that allocate that protocol to grow Babylon. And now NMT is going to discuss some of these initiatives and where they are.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll just note that all of the current initiatives that we have came through community governance, were proposed by community and voted on by the community. So turning on mining rewards for Babel, the profit event itself, as well as adding liquidity into Uniswap were all done through governance. And so now that we have some funds that have been raised through the profit event, it's really up to us, the community, to decide what we want to do with those funds. So I'll talk about the two active proposals that we have going on right now. And we also have a governance channel in Discord if you want to discuss any new ideas or talk about any of this in general. So the first one is BIP5, which is the Garden Seed Fund. The idea around BIP5 is that there will be $200,000 that will be invested by the Treasury directly into some new garden ideas. There will be between 5 and 10 gardens that will be awarded a matching grant. Essentially, that's not the right word. I mean, the Treasury will invest directly and match funds that the community has also invested. There will be a few other benefits like waived management fees, and we'll try to help promote within Discord. But the applications are open right now. If you've wanted to start a garden, please apply. We will talk through how this works and give you some advice on maybe how you should set your parameters and help you refine your investment thesis. And all of the applications are open for community comment right now. So what we've done is we've created a thread for each application. We've posted the application in Discord. So highly encourage anybody to come into Discord, review the applications that have been submitted so far, leave comments, ask questions. I think, in my personal opinion, is that we're looking for differentiated ideas so that we can have lots of different gardens that people can build a portfolio within Babylon, and also looking for people that are really engaged with the community and are going to be really proactive in helping build capital and helping bring strategists to the table and great ideas. One of the hardest things about creating a new garden is getting people to participate and getting capital into the garden. And so this initiative is meant to help bootstrap that a little bit. The second one, and then, oh, sorry, BIP5 has been submitted on chain. It's past quorum. It's done. and it's just pending being executed. So this one's well on its way. BIP6 is the second one that I'll talk about. This one is currently under discussion. I think we plan to submit this on chain maybe today or tomorrow. There's been a lot of comments from people who are interested, and we've been revising the draft. The idea around BIP6 is this will fund a team of community moderators who can help out on Discord, help out with removing spam, help people onboard and get them to understand how to deposit into a garden or how to create a garden, and really just helping out overall for our community initiatives. The other piece that this will fund is a bounty board. So we have lots of project-based work that we would like people to do, and we have lots of people who want to contribute to Babylon. And this is a way that we can pay for individual projects that people can do. And so we will create a bounty board, and projects can range from somebody doing translation to somebody building a bot to somebody doing analysis. The opportunities are limitless here, but the idea is that the funds from BIP6 will fund both the community moderator team as well as the bounty board, and that team will help manage the bounty board. So if you have any comments about either of these, please come into Discord and let us know. If you're interested in being on the diplomat team, also let us know, and we will have an open application process for this once this goes through governance. And I think that's it for the content. Let's pass it over to you all on the call. If anyone has any questions that they want to ask myself or Ramon, please ask away, unmute, or ask in chat.
Yeah, one question that I'll ask myself that we got in Discord is some people have asked when is our public launch expected to arrive. And for right now, our tentative date is towards the end of January or first week of February. So around that time frame is when we expect to launch publicly.
Can you guys go over some of the integrations that you guys are working on? You kind of mentioned that you're looking to add more DeFi protocols, within for strategies to be proposed. Can you give more details on what specifically you guys are looking at?
Yep. The next ones that right now we're having in the pipeline are Pickle, both to do the normal and then add to the jar. Then also we have Alchemix, and then Badger DAO. Those are right now the three that we plan to tackle in the next few weeks. But if you have any others, and also we are finishing, because there was a small issue with the Harvest integration because it was not staking the tokens. So we are also finishing up that one. And at the same time, another thing that we are tackling is making sure a lot more curve pools and convex pools are available, because right now we only have a subset of all the ones that are available over there. Do you have any specific one that you are looking for?
Not right now. I was just kind of curious as to what you guys are working on.
Awesome. Yeah, feel free to ping us. As you know, there are so many DeFi protocols popping up every day. We try to pick ones that are mature enough that at least have been around for a while, and that they have enough TVL and they have enough composability to make it worth it. And another one that we'll probably add soon is Pull Together, because it's another different primitive that you can add. And for example, you could do some lending strategy where you lend Ether, and then you borrow DAI, and then you can put some DAI into some part of that into a pool on Pull Together, and maybe you can donate even the proceeds. That's something that in the future. One other integration that is in our pipeline is be able to buy NFTs. And we think that's an important one because it opens the design space. So people will be able to buy NFTs as a group, similar to what you can do with PartyDAO, but within a garden. So creating this new type of strategy that will be called a forever strategy, that is basically a hold, buy and hold. Instead, like the strategies that we have right now in Babylon, that they have a start date and a net set ending date, create other kind of strategies where they have a start date, but they never end. So the strategies can finish it whenever. So that means that you can hold an NFT for years, and the same for if you want to hold a Bitcoin or Bubble or whatever token.
Great. Unless if there's any other questions from the audience, speak now. Otherwise, we will end the meeting. And thank you everyone for joining. Come over to Discord and say hi.
Thank you. Happy holidays.